Hey everyone, welcome back to this channel. I am Alphonse and today we have an exciting project. We are going to build a powerful CRUD serverless API using AWS Lambda, API Gateway, S3 Bucket, and DynamoDB from scratch. So if you are looking to enhance your skills in serverless architecture, or if you are just curious about AWS Lambda and DynamoDB, you are in the right place. Okay, so let's talk about why serverless architecture is gaining so much popularity. By leveraging AWS Lambda, we can build scalable and cost-effective applications without worrying about server management. Combined with API Gateway for managing endpoints and DynamoDB for a fully managed NoSQL database, we have a robust stack that can handle various workloads effectively. So, and we will cover everything from setting up our AWS environment, creating Lambda functions for each CRUD operation, configuring API gateway to handle requests, creating an S3 bucket that will host our static website, and finally integrating DynamoDB as our database. So without further delay, let's just get into it.
Okay, so for this particular application, so this is a little bit how the infrastructure will look like and with different services we will use. And what this application does, so it's just to, help the user to create the account, add, update the account, delete the account, something in their account. So that's basically what this application will do. And at the end, so it will look like something like this. So we're gonna create, it's gonna look like this, the user interface. It's gonna look like this, so they can create the account, and the account will be stored in the back end. They can delete, they can update, do anything. And all this delete, edit, update will be use the method from the API gateway. So let's a little bit go into different service and see what is used for. And for the RAV53, right, we use RAV53. RAV53 is just the service that help to manage a domain name service, like subdomain, like record, all those stuff, like domain name, all those stuff. And then for the secure browsing, we use the certificate manager, which is just the secure, it's just to help to secure the HTTP request. So usually when you see a link, the link usually start with the HTTP S. So that S is just mean secure. So the browsing is secure. So, and then we will use the platform service. So the platform service is just the content delivery network that help to speed up the distribution of your static and dynamic web content, such as HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or image files to your users. So CloudFront, delivers your content through a worldwide network of data centers called edge location. So it's, for example, we have the database located in the US, right? The database located in the US, and then a user, maybe we got a user in Europe, maybe Europe, or Africa, and then the user want to get a data that is stored in US database. So what's gonna happen? So to retrieve the information from here, the traffic obviously going to be slow, really slow, and it's going to cost a lot of money to the company, and to avoid that, we use CloudFront. And then when the user retrieve the information stored here, somewhere here, in the H location in Europe as a cache. And then later on, when another user wants to retrieve the same information, they can just, retrieve the information from that cache. And you see, it's going to be really, really, you're going to go really, really fast, and you're going to save money to the company. And then we can set up the H location, so the request such a way that if it stay maybe like 24 hours without any requests, the resources can go back to the database in the original database. So that's the H location, right? And then we set up the AWS Amazon S3. So it's just the tools that help to host our application, the static application or dynamic application as well. So S3 bucket. So that's why we say serverless, because it's not a server, and it will host the entire application. And then we have here the API gateway. So API gateway here is what? It's just the tools that sit between the client or the user and the collection of back-end services. So it's just help the user, to access the back-end. And then we have here the Lambda. The Lambda here is the back-end Lambda. And like I said, Lambda is a serverless, server, and we host, the server, the backend on pretty much, it's not server, right? We don't have to launch the entire server to host our backend. And then we have the database here, which is the DynamoDB. DynamoDB is just the NoSQL database. So this is a little bit how the architecture will look like. So when the user send the request, and then when the access will send the request, you're gonna access the front end, right? So the front end here, and then the front end will communicate with the back end via the API. The API will send the request to the back end as a method. We have the put method. If the put method is just if the user want to, add something in their account, it's just gonna, it's gonna be the put request or put method. We have a get. Get is just to get something from the back end, right? So if the user need to open the page, if you open a page, the API, so that's the get method. If you want to get some information, when you read some information, the list some information, it's a get method. And then we have the delete method. So delete method, I have to, let me go back here, okay, good. So delete method is just to delete the resources, the information. So, and then we have a post method. The post method is just to update. So usually it's edit. If you want to edit your information. So yeah, that's basically the different method, the API we use, and we will configure the API such a way we will do all these requests. All right, and then yeah, so when you send the request from the API here, front end, and then the front end communicate with the back end. The back end here is just a secure way to access the database, and then you will retrieve the information and give back to the user here. So basically, that's how the architecture will work. So let's go right to the console and start to play with it, build all this infrastructure. And then let me go here. Oh, let me clear this one first. Okay, so let me clear. Okay, let me clear this first. Okay, close. And then go here. Okay, so the first thing we have to do to create here, we will create first the database, Dynamo database. So to do that, just go here. You can just follow step by step. And if you have any question, you can just drop in a comment and I will be glad to answer. So just create a database. You can just click here and then put the name. So we're gonna use let's call user server user. Oh, sorry. User serverless. Okay, serverless. Yes. And then the ID, I'm just gonna say ID, right? Just ID, and then that's it for this place. So the tag, you always need the tag in the work environment. We need the tag just for identification purposes, but here we don't really need. I don't want to create that. So we click on create table, and we will launch our database, Dynamo database. So we start with that. And then the next thing we have to do here, we're going to create, we're going to set up the IAM role. So basically what's happening here? So we need to give to Lambda function, to Lambda, the access to the database, right? Let me go back to this guy. So we need to give to this Lambda function the access to Dynamo. And that's why we need to set up here the IAM role. The IAM role is when you need to give the access to the service, to one service to another service, you use the IAM role, right? But if you need to give the access to an individual, to the user, you use here what we call the IAM role, the IAM user. Okay, so we're gonna use here the IAM role. So let's go here and then type IAM. IAM is identify, it's just the identify and access management. So we click here, IAM roles, and then we're gonna create the roles. AWS, we click on AWS service, and then you go here. You need to, they ask you here which service you wanna give the access, right? So we're gonna give access to Lambda, and then click on next, and then we select the role we want to give. So it's gonna be AWS Dynamo, AWS Dynamo DB. So let's do Amazon DynamoDB full access. Click here. So we select that, we give full access to, we give to Lambda function full access to DynamoDB database, because and that's a good way to do stuff here in Amazon. We give the access to the service to access another service, yeah. And usually we don't give full access, we select what type of access, but I just give full access just here to move on a very quick. And then, so let's give a CloudWatch. Let's give CloudWatch access to, because we need to monitor CloudWatch. cloud watch access here. Okay, CloudWatch tool to monitor our applications. And then next, we select tool, and then we need to give the name of on our role. So the name, I'm going to say serverless. Yeah, serverless. Let's do this API. What role? Okay. Yeah. And then description, everything looks good here. And then we create a role. Good. Then we just create a role. The next thing we need to do, so we're done with DynamoDB, and we give access to, give him the access, some access here. We create some role here, sorry. And then the next thing we need to do, we need to create Lambda function. Lambda function. So we're gonna go here, we got Lambda here. So just follow me. If you have any trouble to do something, just throw it on the chat, that question. So, okay, you go on Lambda function here, and then you click on create, like you can, as I did before, and then type the name of your Lambda function. So I'm gonna call serverless that Lambda. Okay, so and then okay, so runtime, so very important, this one. So runtime going to be Python, right? So that means our back end will be talk to the where is the architecture? Okay, our back end here, we talk to we communicate with DynamoDB, the database, using Python, right? We're gonna use Python. So that's why I put Python here on the diagram as well. So let's go here. Oh, what I'm doing here. Okay. Let me close this one. I don't need this. Okay. So Python. And then what happened? So when we're gonna launch the application. So in the back end, what's gonna happen? So Amazon going to create a container, a Docker container, and run the application on it, the backend, and then we're going to leave here the architecture. As you can see, we need to select the role. You're going to use the existing role, the role we just create. So it was a serverless API. You can create with any name, right? So it doesn't matter. And then you can click create here. Okay, good. We just create our backend. So Lambda function. Okay, good. So if you see here, if you launch the application, so you will see this, but we're gonna put our own application code here, so such a way that we can see exactly what I showed you before. So and then from here we need to, usually when you launch a Lambda function, Amazon give you here a default configuration. We have a default configuration here. You see here we have 128 memory. It's not enough for what we are trying to do for the code. So I'm just going to edit that and make that a little bit big here. So I'm going to go like, let's go like 550,515. And then for the timeout, I'm going to say 1 minute. So 1 minute, and then use an existing role. We good here. The role is selected. We good, and then save. Okay, we save already. So now, let's go back to the code. So here, right, I'm going to copy and paste my code here. So the code is the backend code. I need to paste it here. I'm going to paste that here. So let's go and grab that code. So I'm going to give the link on the description box. So that way you can, go on Bitbucket. No, sorry, I'm gonna store that in GitHub. You can go in GitHub and then grab all the code. So don't worry about that. Let me go and get that code where I stored that. I don't remember. Let me go on my file here, then download. I'm thinking I have that somewhere here. Lambda function serverless. Okay, this is serverless. Okay, so and then when you have the code, you just need to open the code. I'm gonna open the code with the Visual Studio Code, and then select all, copy, and come and paste here. Remove all this, paste, and then don't forget to save. And you save. When you save, you can see no deploy, no change, no deploy. So, and then after that, you can click on deploy, and then you're gonna see here successful update. So we good. And then the next thing you need to do, you need to add another file here. So you click on the directory, and then click on new file. Then from there, you're gonna put a name. Let's put custom. So custom underscore encoder .py. Custom and .py. Okay, good. Custom .py. Okay, good. So, and then from here, you need to, what I did here. So basically, we should create a new name, copy, new folder now. I don't know. I did this one. Oh, I need to double click here. Okay. Make sure you open here. Okay. Double click, and then you're gonna open the new Windows here. Now you don't get the code. So let me give you the code again. We'll grab the code. This is going to be, let's go here. So like I say, I'm gonna give you the link, and you're just gonna copy the code. So the code is this code. Right? Just open. You can open with Notepad. I love open with the Visual Studio Code. Copy, and then paste here. Oh, I didn't copy. So let me go back. Make sure I copy that. Copy, and then paste. What's going on? Oh, I'm not copying this thing right. Select all, Control A, copy, and then Control V, paste. Okay, so and then make sure you save. You do Control S to save. After that, make sure you deploy. Okay, so it's deploy. Now, the next thing you need to do, and then let me comment something here. You see here, you need to make sure your Dynamo table name need to be the same like the one you created before. Make sure. So, and we have the method here. So the get method, you see we define that here, and then we define the path here too. So the path is basically, you see when we see this link, for example, see this link, you see the path, right? Slash is the path. So to access, you can access path, have, user. So you can, this code is dependent on the company, right? What they want to do. So it's not, if you are a developer, yeah, you can customize this and make sure to have exactly what the company required. But for this code, we should be good here. And then we have the builder response here, 200 if we have a good success response. And then if we have the bad response, we have 404. So we go to here. So, and then the next thing we need to do here, we're done with the Lambda function. The next thing we need to do is configuring the API gateway. So let's configure the API gateway now. API gateway. Okay, so let me go back like this. I need to have this page. This, yeah, and then API. So I need to have this page, still open, because if I need some information, I can just easily go there. So just type API here, right click and open API gateway, the new page. So for the API gateway, we will build the API using we use what? Let me see. Yeah, the REST API. You're gonna use REST API. We have REST API private. It's private REST API. We have HTTP REST API, but we use REST API. Click on REST API, new API, and then you need to provide a name. Let's say application name, whatever name you need. Application name API, and so I'm thinking that's it here. Let's create API. Okay, API has been created. So very important, this part. Now we need to create here the method, right? This is where we need to create a method and then the resources and all those stuff. First thing first, we're gonna define the path first. So go here, create. We have how many paths? Let me go back here and see. We have 3 paths: have, user, and users. So let's create that. Have, then create a resource, and then after that, you make sure you click here on the root directory. Make sure you click that, because if you click here before creating, the next resources, you're gonna create that under have, and it's not what we define. So make sure to click on the root directory, and then the next one will be user, and then create, and then the third one will be users, then create. Okay, good. We have our method to create, our source create. Now we need to create a method. So for have, we're gonna create just a put method, right? Let's create just a put method. You just click on create method. I went maybe fast, but you just go on create method and then get method. Then make sure you click to enable this one, to activate this one, the Lambda proxies integrate, and then create method. Oh, I forget something. Yeah, you need to add here the URL of your Lambda function. So to get that, you need to go here, get that here. So copy here, this one, and then you can paste here. I have that already, so that's why it just appear the way. And then create. So after you've done that, so you see here, okay, so let me see. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, so we have method, we are integrated. So this is a little bit how the traffic will go. So if you don't, you can see right away. If you don't like it, you can just change, right? And then we're gonna create now for user, the method for user. And then for user, we're gonna create delete method, get method, and post and put method. We're gonna create all that. So let's start with delete method, enable, create. Oh, we need to add. Now start to be okay. So let's refresh this one. Okay, let's start with put method. and then enable, activate, and then we good. Methods there, and then let's create second one. Second one will be put method get. Let's put get. Make sure to activate that. Put your link, and then get methods get create. Now we need to create delete method. Okay, the link and create, it's there. And then the last one, we need to create the post method. Post method is basically to update your information, right? Okay, we got all for 1, 2, 3, 4, good. And then here in users is for all users, right? We need just to give the get method, because if you put maybe, let's say, delete method, a user can go there and delete all the resources. All right, we don't want that, so we just give the get method, so the user in that group can just read, and you can just list the content of that directory. Okay, so we have that here. We good, looks good. Now we're going to deploy the API, right? You need to make sure to deploy the API. So just go deployment, the new stage. So I'm going to say register, right? Something like that. And then deploy. You need to just give a name to your deployment. So, all right. So we create the API gateway. Okay, so but it's not done yet. We need now to go. Let me go back to my sheet. We create wow. I hope it was recorded. Okay. Let me do something. I need to get my, oh yeah, I got it. Okay. So we create this one already, right? Create this one already. Create this one already. We need to create this one. We need to create the S3 bucket, but I don't want to create the cloud front because it's going to be too long. I'm going to do that in another video, but we need to create that. But it doesn't prevent us to launch the application. It's just to speed up the distribution of we don't want to deal with this one, and also this one, for sure we're gonna have the browser NoSQL. It's just gonna be HTTP. It's not gonna be HTTPS. So we don't gonna generate the SSL certification, right? Certificate, sorry. So, and Route 53, I don't want to generate the domain name. So 1, 2, 3, yeah, all those 3 services, I don't want to do it, but the main concept is this guy, right? We can do this later in another video. So the last one we're going to do for this video is S3 bucket. Let's create S3 bucket and launch our application, because now we need a front end. We have the back end already. We need a front end. So let's go create a front end. Okay, so let's go where let's close this one. Okay. Okay, let's close this one. Let's close this one. Okay, let me remove this guy quick. Okay. Let's go here. Close this one. Okay, so to create S3 Pocket. You just go here on S3 Pocket, you search on the bar S3 Pocket, S3. Okay, you open S3 Pocket in a new browser. And then let's start create the front end. Okay, click on create, very straightforward. I'm gonna call this S3 application register. Okay, good. And then from here, you need to give the access to the public because people have to access that. You need to acknowledge, the risk of giving your access give the access of your resources to the public. You need to enable the versioning, and that's it. Then you need to create the pocket. Okay, so from here, go to the registry. You're gonna set some permission here. Go here on policy. So I already have one policy made up here. So I'm just gonna copy that and paste here. You can just use my policy. This policy you can use this. We type this exactly in your policy name, and then you put here your S3 Pocket name. So my name is this one. I'm just gonna copy that and then paste it here. Okay, good. And then when you do that, we've done that, we save. Good. And what else? Okay, so good. S3 Pocket is good. So now we need to upload our website, the code of our static application. And to do that, first of all, you need to go to GitHub. Use the link I put on the description. Go on GitHub and then get the code. So, but I already have the code here in my machine. I'm just gonna go grab Lambda function code. This one. I'm gonna drag and drop. You just need to drag. What I'm doing? Come on. Okay, drag and drop that here. So, and then when it's good, you just need to say save. See, it's uploading and it's successful. Okay. So from here, you need to do what? I think that's it, right? I think that's it. And okay. So you need to go to property because I forget something here. At the end, we need to enable the static website hosting. So it's not enabled yet. You need to enable that. So we enable, and then when we enable, you need to provide the document your website gonna be read. So it's like which document so it's gonna be displayed on the website. So on the API. So we need to display index-html. That's the code we need to do. So by default, I'm going to put the same name here, then index-html. So it's okay, and then save. So and then you will have a link here. This is the link that we can access the application. When I say index-html is this one. So this is the code that we display. So let's go here and then paste the code and then put enter. Then it's loading. You see here loading. You should see. Okay. So like I say, you see, it's not secure just because we didn't create the certificate and Domain name, you see, is a word, so it's Amazon, blah blah blah. We should put our own domain name here, but that just keep that there. So we have something here, but it's not. It doesn't show. Look like something's going on. It doesn't communicate with the database. That's the issue. Okay, so okay. I think. Let me see the code. Oh yeah, I need to make sure I have the code declared on my HTML. Let me see if the code is the same. Let me see if the code is the same on my HTML, my JavaScript. Let's go back here. Open this guy. Open. Yeah, the code is not the same. I'm seeing here. Is yeah, this URL basically is the how can I say, this URL help your API to communicate with the Lambda function, but it's not connecting, looks like. That's why we are not able to access the database. So I have to do this. Let me do this. I have to copy this because it's not the same. I'm gonna go here. Where is my code? No, it's not this one. Okay, so let me go. It's gonna be hard to, okay, it's right here. Close this one. All right, so okay. Okay, right here. Okay, so I can modify that here. So let me change that. Let me paste the code I just copied here. So okay, and then put slash. Right. Still looking weird, this code. It's not what I need. Let me go back. Let me figure it out, guys. What's going on? Let's troubleshoot together. That's a good part. I love this part. Troubleshooting. You need to troubleshoot that. So okay, this exactly, that's what we need, this code and the invoke URL, because this API, right? This is the API. Because I was grabbing this code, the Lambda function, but no, we don't need this one. It's the API. We need the link of API, because when the user access this database, let me go back to my sheet. That's very important, right? That's the exciting part, troubleshooting. When the user try to access the database, right, or the back end. So in order for the database to communicate with the user, you use this API, and the API communicate with the database with the link. So that link. Sorry, I'm wrong. So the user from the front end to the API, the user communicate with that API with that link, and then from the API, when the API got triggered, you know, the request is sent to the back end, and from the back end, the request sent to the database. So basically, we need the link from here to here. We already linked the API to the Lambda function, if you remember, but here we don't have any link yet. So that link, you know, I just show you we will use that. Okay, so let's close this one and go grab that link. Where is, okay, right here. Okay, we copy this link, and then we need to paste that here. Paste here. Okay, good. And then put /, and then make sure to save. Okay, so and now we need to drag and drop the application again. Drag and drop. So because we just we only need to drag and drop. It was which file? Oh, man. Which file? Okay. Index that. Okay, this file, yeah, this file. Okay. And we need to drag only this file because we make a change here, only here. Index dash the JavaScript file. So make sure to do that, guys. Okay, let me go back here and let's go back to S3 Pocket. Where is S3 Pocket? I already closed S3 Pocket. S3 Pocket. Okay, let's go back like this. Let's go back like this. Okay, let's delete this one first. Delete object. Okay, good. Successful delete. Then let's drag and drop here only this guy. Okay, drop, upload. Okay, successfully loaded. So close. We should have that somewhere here. Okay, it's there. Let me check. Click here. We check. Okay, API execute. Yeah. So this is the link we get. All right. So let's refresh and see if you have something. Okay, it looks like we have something. Okay, so let's create the user here. I'm gonna say maybe I'm gonna put my name, fonts, my last name. I'm gonna put just in this username. I'm gonna say maybe Ganji Solution. Then email. I'm gonna say something like at gmail.com. Then okay. So we should have stuff creating here, but no yet. All right, we don't have anything. So we need to troubleshoot. Okay, guys, so I think I found out what's going on here. We didn't enable the CRUD. I don't think we did that. So let's enable the CRUD. To do that, we need to select this one, and then save. And we need to do the same for user. And then select this one, and this one. We don't have to. We can select this one too. Save. And then this guy. Let's enable the CRUD. So the CRUD is just to enable the request from to access this API. So when we do that, we need to deploy again. I enable the CRUD. You see now it's showing that it's enabled, right? We cannot modify anymore. So that's mean we did already. So now let's deploy again with the same name. Let's deploy. And it's deployed. So let's refresh and try to create again. I'm gonna put my name, and so let's put this one. Then create. Okay, still not creating. Okay, we need to troubleshoot that again. Okay, guys, let's just change the CRUD again. Enable the CRUD. Make some update on CRUD. Let's choose this one. Get an FATXX option. So this update for user. Okay, we need to select all this one because we have that for user. So save and see, and then let's do for users 5xx and save. Okay, good. And then let's deploy. So to deploy, make sure you click the root directory and then deploy. Then let's go see if something has been changed. So let me refresh and then let's create a user. Let's put advanced. Let's put n username. Just gonna put a. So maybe advanced a email. See. France gmail.com. Let's see. All right, so we got something here. Wow. Okay, finally. So we have something. So that's mean when you see like this, that's mean our API is able to communicate with the database, right? So that's mean we store stuff in the database. You can delete, you can edit. So delete, this is delete method, this edit is post method. We can, when we access the database, the put method, and then when we access the database is a get method, right? So and then when we create something, it's a put method. So this is a put method. Let's put another one where let's say user to user, then user to user and then user at Gmail. So we have, okay, it's there. All right, let's go in the database to check, right? Let's go database to check if all their information there. So Lambda, sorry, DynamoDB. Let's go and check. So database, let's go in table here, explore table Adam. Okay, we see we have some stuff here. We got the avatar, we have the name, we have user, we have some good stuff here already. So but the avatar doesn't show up. I don't know why, but we can still troubleshoot the avatar, right? So that's me. Let me go back to the code very quick. So let's go back to the code. You see here, this is the information about database, how the structure of database. So this code, if you see here, this code is not, it doesn't retrieve the image, but so you can just go online and fish some stuff and change this image. But so we are not going to do that, just to keep the video short. Okay, so we're done with this. Yeah, let's just do this, right? So just to make thing nice here, let's grab one picture online. Picture avatar. Let's say avatar. Yes. Yeah, let's take this guy. Let's see if we can get this picture, or we cannot. So wow, let me do. I'm trying to get. Okay, so let's. Okay, let's. Oh, I saw something here. Okay, let's no, I'm gonna get this one. Let's go here. Okay, here, and then let's take this one, and then let's take this one. Let's take this one. Let's see. Let's open. Doesn't okay, because if you don't put okay, copy. Let's copy the link image, right? Copy image address. One thing we're gonna give. Okay, let's try it. Let's try if it's work. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Paste it here. Okay. Maybe gonna work. Maybe not. Let's see. Is that here? Something's happening here. Okay, I need to put something here. We put let's put exclamation point. Okay, save. It's a JavaScript. We just modified the JavaScript, so we need to upload the S3 bucket again. We need to upload that. So let me delete this one first. Very quick. Delete. Delete. Then upload again. And then close. Let's upload again. Upload JavaScript. JavaScript upload. Upload. Close. And it's there. All right. So let's go refresh. Not waste my. Okay. Let's go refresh. Obviously, don't want to show up, right? Because it's already this. Let's create a new one. So let's be user 3, user, stuff like that. And then we can see T user, and then we can see here T user at gmail.com. Okay, so and then we have the avatar, right? So yeah, so that's all. And if we delete something, so if we go, let's go database again, very quick. Database here, we refresh. We have 3 user list here, and then if we go here, let's go to the API. We delete this one. Let's delete this one and delete this one. So we just have 1. So we are expecting to have 1 here, but we just have 1 here, and then we can just create stuff directly from the data. So when you are a member of one company, that's how they do it. So you just come and add stuff here, gonna update email. If you are not able to access your API, the admin can come here and directly modify stuff here. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe. And if you have any question, please just leave in the comment section. I will be happy to answer you. Thank you. See you next one. Bye bye.